Hey, what's up everybody, and welcome to some more Battlefield Hardline. Now, after playing two betas, I think it's time that you hear my 2 cents about the game. Do I really think this is going to be the next Battlefield game? Do I think it's going to be something that you should pre-order? Is this going to be the next big thing throughout the summer? And I'm going to split this video into two sections, the good and the bad. And we'll begin with the good because there is a lot of good stuff in the game, and I really did enjoy playing the game, and I did enjoy the little changes and the little things that just make the game a little bit better. One of the first and most important things that I've seen in the game is the ability for you to get ammo and get medical packs from somebody without having to run after him for 5 minutes and beg for an ammo pack. You can just go up next to him, press E or F, whatever you have your key binding set to, and you can take ammo and you can take health from it. That's something that I would love to see being implemented in the next Battlefield games. It just makes sense and it's easier because not everybody speaks English, and having that ability to just walk up to somebody, press a button, take some ammo, take some medical supplies off him, that just makes complete sense, and I really hope to see that implemented in further Battlefield games. The other thing, since Bad Company 2, I've not yet been impressed with any voiceovers whatsoever in any Battlefield game that's come out. But in this one, things have changed. I really loved the voiceovers of these characters. The way when you give an attack order, when you spot, when you try and do something with it, they're just absolutely amazing when they say a certain amount of things. It is just really funny, and that's what's been needed for years and years in the Battlefield franchise. I think it's one of the best since Bad Company 2 years and years ago, and I really hope they do pay attention to the voiceovers in the next Battlefield games, because these are going to be the little things that made the game just that little bit better, and those are the things that you need to be paying attention to. Another thing that I really enjoyed is the ability for you to see when that vehicle is going to spawn. Even though there was plenty of vehicles, I've tried 64-man Conquest, I've tried Hotwired, I've tried Bank Heist, I've tried all the different game modes for quite a lot, and there was always vehicles around. You never really was struggling to get a vehicle or trying to spawn on something. And for you to see that that chopper is going to take an extra 30, 40, 50 seconds or whatever it's going to take for it to spawn, I think that's definitely a cool little thing that they've added to the game. Now, that's pretty much all the stuff that I was really impressed with in the game, and I was hoping to see a lot more than that. When it comes to the bad stuff, there is plenty of bad stuff in there. And I begin with this game being called Battlefield Hardline. I've always believed that if they called this game Hardline from the beginning and don't involve the world of Battlefield in it, this game would have been received a lot different by a lot of people. You have a lot of people that play a lot of Battlefield games, and you have a lot of Battlefield fans that do expect a Battlefield game when you put a Battlefield title in front of something. If they would have called this just Hardline, and we knew they worked together with DICE, we know the Viscerals worked on the Endgame DLC in previous Battlefield games, in Battlefield 3 that is, we know they work together, we know they're a part of EA, we know everybody works together. If they would have had the support from DICE, but this game would have been called just Hardline, everybody would have looked at the game a lot different, and things might turn out to be a little bit different. Now, when it comes to the spawn times, I thought the spawn times were absolutely atrocious, that you'd sometimes wait 15 seconds for you to spawn, and the ability not to press escape and change your loadout or do anything like that while you're waiting for 15 seconds. And if you're dying 10, 20 times in a match, then you're looking at 300 seconds or something like that for you to just be looking at a screen without you being able to do anything. The gun sounds, the gun damage, none of that was really going to be really impressive, because we knew they went on a different route with this thing, and a lot of the people that went to some events that Visceral held and EA invited them, they always said that they've changed the damage, and most of the people didn't enjoy it because it's too few bullets to kill somebody. Did I get shot around the corners quite a lot? Yes. Did I get one shot killed quite a lot? Yes. That's going to happen again, and hopefully it's not going to turn out that in 6 months time you're playing this game and it's just another Battlefield 4 and you're testing another beta for another 6 months, and I hope that's not going to be the case, but I don't really see them fixing that anytime soon. Now, they did do a small little patch throughout the end of the beta, I believe it was on the last day, where they changed the ammo damage for the magnum ammo for the sniper rifles. They changed the recoil a little bit. They changed the weapons a little bit, and the damage and all that sort of stuff. And that's a good little thing, because you need to have people people been given a chance to run away if being shot in the back. On 64-man Conquest, prior to the little patch, and we'll see what's going to happen in the actual game release, if they're going to tweak this or not, you wouldn't really stand a chance. If somebody were shooting you in the back, chances are you're not going to make it and you'd end up being dead. The map just doesn't really work for 64-man Conquest. It's just too small. And if I look at this map, I can think of so many Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 maps. They're actually small Battlefield maps, but they're actually bigger than this. While I did enjoy Hotwire mode, two other things in Hotwire mode kind of put me off it, such as spawning with an RPG. Now, once you paid 40 grand, you have the ability of spawning an RPG in the back of your car. All you have to do is just hop out, pick it up, and you're good to go. Now, you don't really have to die. As long as you go back to your base, you can pick up another RPG that has 2 shots in it. Now, that kind of makes the whole Hotwire mode pointless. There's no need for me to shoot at anybody, because everybody on my team already has an RPG but the driver. So as soon as I see somebody, if I didn't get him in the first shot, I'm definitely going to get him in the second one, and that's it. Car down. One of the first thing I always did as soon as I left my base, being equipped with an RPG and a tracer dart gun, as soon as I saw the enemy helicopter, you drive underneath him, you lock him down, you get the tracer on him, and that's it. You guaranteed 3 to 5 kills. There's always going to be plenty of people to start off within the first 30 to 40 seconds of the match in the transport helicopter. While the Enforcer class did get a little nerf on the last day of the beta, and that being the C4 not being able to replenish it so fast, I still feel that there was way too many guys hiding around in houses, just having sticks of C4 laid all over the road and just waiting for you to go that way. And chances are you will go that way, because there wasn't really too many routes for you to go. And if you'd go off-road, the car just felt really weird, so you kind of have to stick to the main road. Hopefully that's something they'll be addressing in the final release. When it comes down to the graphics, I wasn't really expecting anything from it, because I knew it was a beta and some of the graphics going to be lacking. The 9 gig download, they wanted to keep that low so everybody can download it. Not everybody has the best internet connection in the world, and having a 9 gig download is not too much to ask for you to download and try the game yourself. Now, the vehicles themselves felt really clunky. I mean, we had good vehicles back in 2002, if I remember correctly, playing some Need for Speed. And I'm not asking for Forza here, I'm not asking for Gran Turismo or anything, but it's just something a bit better than this, because this, let's face it, was utter shit, really, when it comes to vehicles. Now, by this stage, I'm sure you would have watched a couple of your favorite YouTubers, and he started going, "Oh, this is absolutely amazing, this is the best Battlefield you'll ever play, DLC, microtransaction, buy premium today, don't miss it." Well, the one thing that you have to keep in mind, that most of these channels, that is bread and butter. It wouldn't really make any sense for somebody that makes Battlefield videos only to go ahead and tell you, well, this game is absolute shit, don't buy it, because I don't really want to make any more videos in the next year. So keep that in mind when watching reviews. One of the other things that you should always do yourself, and I always recommend this, I have been playing Battlefield games for a good part of 15 years. I've been playing Battlefield before Battlefield. And if somebody can tell me what that game was, please feel free and do so in the comments. But the other thing that you should do after playing 2 betas for yourself, I think at this stage you would have realized if this game is good enough or not good enough for you. It just doesn't have the big Battlefield madness. It doesn't have the tanks, it doesn't have the jets, it doesn't have the huge maps, it doesn't have the huge gun varieties. While you do have some fan favorite weapons, the M416, the M16A3 with your favorite grip and your favorite attachments, to me that was where all the similarities ended. I never really felt I was getting a complete Battlefield package. When it comes down to destruction, I was really disappointed to see how little destruction there was in this game. I was really hoping, since this is claiming to be the fastest Battlefield there ever was, I was really hoping to see a lot more flanking options. I was hoping to see a lot more destruction and the ability for you to surprise your enemies. If you're playing heist mode, if you're playing something where you have a couple of guys stuck in a building, you should be able to have the option of putting a stick of C4 down, breaking down a wall, and getting behind them or blasting it with an RPG, but none of that really existed, and I was kind of disappointed to see the little amount of destruction offered in the game so far. Now, for many years, EA and its developers have been trying very hard to try and bridge that gap between a Call of Duty game and a Battlefield game. How can I sway the people of Call of Duty, or how can I sway the people that play different kind of online shooters to come and play my game? And they've been trying that with Medal of Honor, they've been trying it with quite a few games. And the previous Medal of Honor game has sold just under 3 million units, and if you remember, it's not too long ago, it was hyped up to the max. And as it turned out, that 3 million units, it was classed as being a flop. They were expecting to sell at least 5 or 6 million units, and none of that really happened because it did not actually offer the Battlefield package, nor dedicated to the Call of Duty fans. So I guess time will tell what's going to happen to Battlefield Hardline. They did report back having 7 million people across all the platforms playing the beta. Now, if you do a little bit of the math, then hopefully more than half, or at least half of the people will buy this game, then you should have at least 3.5 million sales, and hopefully that's good enough for this to be classed as a success. But I fear that they'll be expecting at least 5 or 6 million for this to be classed as a success. While there is a lot more things to talk about in the game, I think that's all we have time for today. I do hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Please let me know in the comments what you think about the game, what you enjoyed, what you hated about it. And if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, post a comment, and I will see you guys in the next one.